Narcissism. Explained why they hurt you and how to heal. Sometimes love feels like a mirror. But what if the reflection staring back isn't really love at all? Narcissism is one of those words we hear everywhere, but few truly understand what it means or how deeply it can affect a relationship. So, what is narcissism? The word comes from an ancient Greek myth. A young man named Narcissus fell in love with his own reflection and couldn't look away. In psychology, narcissism describes a personality pattern marked by grandiosity, a deep need for admiration, and a lack of empathy toward others. Clinical studies define narcissistic personality disorder, or NPD, as a long-term pattern where someone believes they're superior, constantly craves attention, and struggles to connect with others' emotions. According to data from the National Institutes of Health and Medscape, about 6% of adults show narcissistic personality traits at some point in their lives. Research also links narcissism to early childhood trauma and even differences in brain structure, particularly in areas responsible for empathy and emotional regulation. But what does this actually look like in real life? At first, a narcissistic person can be incredibly charming. They make you feel special, seen, and valued. This phase is called love bombing. You might think you've finally found the perfect partner. Then something shifts. The admiration turns into criticism. The attention becomes control. They start to belittle you subtly, question your memory, or make you feel guilty for things that aren't your fault. Psychologists call this the devalue and discard cycle, and it's emotionally exhausting. You find yourself walking on eggshells, constantly trying to please them, afraid of triggering their anger or silent treatment. Living with a narcissist can cause serious emotional harm. Studies published in BMC Psychiatry show that partners of narcissistic individuals often experience anxiety, depression, and symptoms similar to post-traumatic stress. Because narcissists crave what's known as narcissistic supply, the admiration and control they get from others, the relationship often becomes one-sided. Your needs disappear. The focus is always on them. Can you live with a narcissist? Technically, yes, but it comes with a heavy cost. Long-term studies on personality traits reveal that narcissism rarely disappears entirely. It may fade slightly with age, but the core pattern remains. So waiting for them to change or trying to love them enough to heal them usually leads to disappointment. As experts often say, you can't love a narcissist into empathy. The good news is there are proven ways to protect yourself. First, recognize the pattern. Once you name what's happening, you take away its power. Second, set boundaries, clear, firm, and consistent ones. Don't engage in endless explanations or emotional debates. They only feed the cycle. Third, consider no contact or limited contact if the relationship has become toxic or abusive. Therapists also recommend rebuilding your identity through self-care, social support, and therapy, because narcissistic relationships often erode your sense of self. One practical technique is the gray rock method, staying calm, emotionally neutral, and unreactive. It helps you take back control of your emotions. And remember, narcissism isn't your fault. You didn't cause it, and you can't cure it. But you can heal from it. You can choose peace over chaos, clarity over confusion, and self-respect over manipulation. If this message resonates with you, you're not alone. Millions have walked this path and found strength on the other side. Understanding narcissism isn't just about identifying toxic people. It's about learning how to protect your energy and rebuild the most important relationship of all, the one with yourself.